Hello and welcome to the Slip Sis YouTube channel. I'm Che,
And Gabs.
and this is episode 53. Today is Sunday, January 26th. I'm coming to you from a very gloomy Southern California. Thank goodness we've got rain, and I don't know what the weather's like up in the Bay Area, but that's where Gabs is.
It's also very gloomy and very cold. We also have a 60% chance of rain.
Excellent. California will take the rain though right now,
Yes.
but not too much. We don't want mudslides. We just want the right, just right.
Yeah, we want the three little
Goldilocks.
bears. Yeah,
Yeah, we're looking for Goldilocks rain. Thank you very much
just
to
a
the
light
heavens above.
misting.
Yep. Yep. And so we're just gonna jump right in because I think Gabs has been a fiend for sure. So I think we've got a lot to share. Gabs has not been a fiend.
I mean, I have been a fiend, but I don't have anything to share because I made it oopsie.
Whoopsie. Okay, well, do we have design stuff? No, right?
No, I have my pattern coming out with Thought to Thread at the beginning of February, so stay tuned for that.
Woo woo. Okay, FOs. I've got a scarf, two socks, and a little buddy.
I have a hat and a pair of socks and my oopsie.
Just kidding. I also have a hat. Did I say that?
I think so. You said
Oh,
a hat and socks.
okay. What would you like to do first?
You said you had hats, socks. Do you have something other than hats and socks?
Scarf and a little buddy.
Do those first.
Okay. So actually finished this like the longest ago. I made another little buddy. Foxy Roxy is her name. And I made her tail purposely crooked so that you could see it from behind her. This one was okay for me. I liked the giraffe better. I don't love these flaps.
What are those things?
I think it's supposed to be like, you know how the fox's face has kind of the like triangle look to it?
Oh, like their fur?
Yeah, it's supposed to be their fur.
Those look like you know, like Marie Antoinette when she used to have the lapels, like she had to put them
Yeah.
up and down. Like it looks like that.
Yeah. But I was afraid it would look weird without them. Like I didn't know, like I don't know. I think it looks weird without them too. So
I think
it
it's
was
their shape.
it's okay. It wasn't my favorite, but it's okay. I don't have to keep it. It's going to a lovely little girl who hopefully will love it. So this was part of my little Amazon pack that Gab's brother-in-law had got me for Christmas. I have not made any since then, but I will. I'm going to chug through those bad boys. Okay, this is done. I put it somewhere. And then I'm supposed to do my scarf next.
Yes.
Okay, so this is, I have to get up for it. The Creative Infinity Scarf by Rachel O'Connor, who is creative yarnaholic on I think everything. For sure Instagram. And it is designed to be used for your advent. How it works is that, oh, it already did pull in. Whoopsie. That's okay. It's so you can use 24 10-gram minis for it, or what I did is I did 12 10-gram minis and repeated that. I will say I ran out of yarn. So to make it work because like there was no way I really could think of to cover it so that like I could, like Gabs did yarn chicken and like just filled in a different yarn. I felt like it would look funny if I had filled in a different yarn because I didn't really have minis that looked like it. So on my second half, so I did like 1 through 12. And then once I was getting to like 12 to 24, I cut 1 or 2 rows from every single section to make sure that I made it with my yarn. So it alternates between having like a pattern section and then stockinette. Some patterns I loved. I think this one is fun. I really like this one. I did not love the cabling opportunities, but I also don't like cabling, so that's fair. So there were some that were like heavy on the cabling and some that were not. I think this one turned out pretty fun. This is like the diamond
It did.
one, and then this one it's harder to see because I was also kind of alternating around. Like I didn't do the exact same pattern of like the colors that I used, so that I also did to kind of spice it up for myself. And then you have these in between bits. So I ran out of yarn with my 12, 20-gram minis, but I used a 50-gram skein to do the in-betweens, and I had plenty left. So that was perfectly fine. And then you basically do a, what do you call it?
Provisional cast
That's
on?
the one. And then join that sucker together, which I also kind of loathed that process because I loathe a provisional cast on, and doing that much Kitchener was a lot for me. So, and then I did block it afterwards, and this will be a gift. So you can check out the pattern on Instagram on Ravelry if you are interested. And I think Gabs is going to make one too.
Yes. Yes. That's the plan. The plan was to cast it on December 24th.
Yes. I will say I did block it, but like in some sections it's pulling back in, especially like this bad boy, you can kind of see it
Oh, yeah.
pulling in. So if it bothers you, block it again. It doesn't really bother me, and especially like the way it's gonna get worn, which is like loopy McGee. I don't like who's gonna how are you gonna be able to tell? So
Is it the stockinette that's pulling in or the
no,
cable?
it's the textured ones.
Oh, so I guess the way to combat that is to go up a needle size. If it's really going to bother
Right.
you, and blocking, because blocking will only do so much. So either go up a needle size or down a needle size.
But
Right.
also be very conscientious with your yarn because there isn't a specific gauge for this pattern. So it's an any gauge pattern. So I think that's where you kind of roll the dice on your yarn.
Yes.
So if any of that bothers you, think right first.
Yes.
Or do 24, 20-gram minis and you'll probably be perfectly fine.
That too.
You would just
I'm
have
doing,
yarn left over. But if that bothers you, then that's a different issue.
yeah, I'm doing a mix. I've got minis for it. I've got full skeins for it. My colors are very bright too. I just haven't gotten there because goals, because I set so many goals and I'm trying not to fail in January. Do you see that ad on, I don't know. It's like, but it's on a streaming app and it's for the Apple Watch. Basically, there's like most people fail at their New Year's resolutions
On the
on,
second Friday.
yeah. And I'm like, not today, sir. I don't need no Apple Watch.
I'm good.
I have a Fitbit and it's really just a pedometer and a watch. Like mine is not like it hooks to my phone, but all it tells me on my phone is steps.
Fair. Okay, I just have socks and hat now.
Me too. Which would you like to
I
do?
think you should get to go next.
Okay. So I, for once, have beaten my sister in completing something because I finished my hat with the mini
Oh, that.
with yeah, see, she not done. You heard it her here first. Okay. So this is we made each other sock kits, I guess,
Yeah.
last year. Because the year previously we made each other sock kits and it was one a month, and that was doing the absolute most. We struggled, we dragged our feet, we whined. It was bad. We actually made it though. We did that.
We bare the skin of our teeth on that on for some months.
Yeah, well, we made really tiny socks. Um, and gave them all to our grandma.
What do you think I'm doing
So,
with these?
so the next year we were like, let's do quarterly because monthly was too much. Well, here's the thing with quarterly. It allows you to procrastinate and not do them. So for our third quarter one, we did them in like June. So we were like chilling. We did
We
them
did.
yeah, we did them really early. We did them the first month of the first quarter of the third quarter, which was so then theoretically we should have started the next ones in September, but we actually had all the way till December. So that was 6 months between them. And of course, we both were like, I don't do that.
I also would say fourth quarter is our hardest quarter.
Yes, Chaley travels a lot. She's on the road a lot. And I start a new school year. I mean, it's the same job, it's the same school, but I was telling Chaley like it's a different group of kids. My classes fall at different times of the day. It's just a different rhythm, right? Like, so I have to get into a different rhythm. It's different. Um, so it's a hard time, and that's when I always usually have designs due. So I lose about 8 weeks to designing. So all that happened. Neither of us did our December. We were supposed to do
It
the
also doesn't help that neither of us wanted to do it. So I was like not motivated by you doing yours.
so we were supposed to make the candy cane stripes socks. But then we realized they were colorwork socks. And I don't like colorwork socks.
I like how they look. I just didn't want to make them.
Yeah, it was just, well, I have to, if you do colorwork socks, honestly, for me to get a decent gauge, I have to do them on 9-inch circulars
Oh,
because
you
the tension
rose
of flipping
those.
between magic loop, it's not great. Like I can do it, but I was like, I'm not doing this. This is gonna be awful. I'm gonna be grouchy. And I own like 80 pairs of socks, so I don't need another pair of socks, nor will I be wearing them anytime soon because I wear my socks until I wear them out and then I put in a new pair. So I've got backlogs. So I'm on a muscle kick. I know, like 6 years behind the trend, but I don't care. Um, so I made mine.
Put
I
on
made
your head.
I made now here's what I want to this is for Chaylee
Oh,
because
block it.
because she sees it and I keep showing it to her and she goes, I like that.
No, I said, I like that hat gaps.
It's
That's a
cute.
nice hat.
What you gonna do with that hat, Gabs?
Do you want that hat to the box?
Yes. So these were the colors she picked me for me. And there's a green underneath here as well. And I originally didn't know it was for Chaylee. So I just was knitting it.
I did.
I just knitting it, knitting it, knitting it, knitting it. Um, this side is the more like mild side.
Hmm.
And then the other side, because it is striped, and I striped it all, like not yarn. There wasn't self-striping yarn. I did this. I did it with my own self. Um,
Ooh.
it's crazy. Well, because I knew I was gonna get bored if I didn't, because Shay's like, "Are you gonna stripe the other side?" And I initially wasn't, but then
I knew
only
you were not gonna like that.
this side is a little bit wild. So I don't think Shay will actually ever wear the wild side, but it was fun to make and it's fine. She can do whatever she wants with it. Um, I did like the skinny stripes, thick stripes thing. I am a big fan of not the same width stripes for
Mm.
hats. That it also really helps. It helps it go. Most of this yarn, I think, is Earl Grey,
Yeah.
which is sadly out of no longer dying, which is upsetting. And I'm almost out of Earl Grey yarn too, because
Oh
she stopped
no.
dying maybe 2 or 3 years ago now. Um, the only modification I made to the pattern was I added this purl row. So it makes the crease on the brim or like that flips up, it makes it a lot more pronounced and it's a lot easier to find
Center.
where where it flips, which I find to be helpful for like if you change colors in your thing. Like the red one, I didn't do that because it's all one color and it doesn't really matter. But if you want a crisp, clean line, I found that doing a purl row is helpful. It
How do
also
you
helps you
sorry.
measure. Hmm?
Oh, never mind.
What?
I was gonna say, how do you know where to put your pearl row?
What do you mean?
Like, I guess you measure because you do a specific length.
Hmm.
Because I'm like, I guess I would weigh mine when I got to halfway, then would put the pearl row.
Yeah, if you were splitting the yarn, right? If you were doing a single skein, but I wasn't doing a single skein, so I couldn't do off of yarn weight. So I did it off of
Mm.
measurements. I also don't go off of yarn weight because I find that my beginning um is tighter, like the cast on, because I'm just tenser to try and like manipulate such small stitches. So then I
Mm.
use more yarn in the beginning than I do in the ending. I
Mm.
also don't care about playing yarn chicken, so
Right.
I'm gonna do. We'll talk about yarn chicken stats at the end, but I'm gonna keep doing it because I don't care. It's fine. What hat have you made?
I too have made a muscle bra, not
Which
because
wait,
I'm like obsessed, but because I got,
because I'm obsessed and I and then I made her.
yeah. So now that's what we're doing. So I finished one for our uncle. This is the one I was working on last week. And I've
That's
been
so
looking out,
wild.
huh?
It's wilder than I thought it would be.
It is. It's not as dark as I thought it would be. It looks a little bit more like a festival of lights situation.
Yeah.
But I made the large and I realized I probably shouldn't have done that. But and so now they will be adult mediums, but it's okay. Anthony has a lot of hair, like I do. So I think it'll be fine because it fits my head. And so I did the adult large. I ended up having like the 7 stitches over an inch gauge, and I didn't do a length. I did until I felt like I was gonna run out of the yarn. Um, and then learned that my decreases use less than my increases. So I will make that adjustment for the next muscle bra that I'm making. But don't worry, I had less than 10 grams left. So Gab's got 9.5 grams of this color in her magic knot ball.
You had 9.5
Huh?
left. It really used almost 10 grams less.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those people who told me to weigh it at the beginning,
So,
wrong.
Gabs, it's about me. This is my hat, and it is called Underneath the Christmas Tree by
It's like it now.
Destination Yarn. What?
It looks like Christmas tree lights. It doesn't look like that in the skein though.
No. I also will say the sun just like turned on, and so it's giving it a nice glow right now.
It's silk, right? So it's got a little bit of a sheen.
It does. It is a silk. It is a silk. So it's very floppy. I would say it's very loose. It's got a nice flow to it. So this is my
Professional
first one of
YouTubers
my
say
assignment.
drapey.
What?
Shaylee says floppy. You nice YouTubers say it's drapey. We are like it's scratchy, not rustic. It's floppy. It's
What am I supposed to say?
drapey. It's got a good drape.
Oh, it's floppy. I'll put it in the gift pile. Oh, everything I made is gifts.
Look at you go.
Ooh, big wet stain.
I got one too.
Okay, I only have socks.
Me too.
You go.
Okay, so let me show you all of these socks that I've donated to Knit Socks for
I'm
Sale.
not putting the picture up.
No, I have a picture. Um, I have been practicing on my circular sock knitting machine, and that's what I've been working on. I took a picture yesterday. We have, ta-da! Ooh, good blowing out, good blowing out.
Oh, maybe I'll
Excellent.
do it.
Let's see. No, can't fix it. So I have 6 of the socks I made for them. 5 of them I recently have knit. So all of them except the white one were some portion on my sock knitting machine, which is so I blew through skeins of yarn. And I've been working on the heel and I'm learning what yarn I like. So it's been really great learning experience. Knit Socks for Sam is like a donation. I guess it's a charity drive. And then they're looking for single socks that they're later going to sell at auction to raise money for research for vanishing white matter disease, which this young man, Sam, has. So I'm excited to like get to practice, but also not have the pressure of my socks having to match. Um, I've learned that I don't like this kind of yarn called Yawol. It's a German brand. I think it's too thin and scratchy. And I had to look up how to say it, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that was the correct pronunciation. I got it at Fillory, but because my daughter liked the blue, but it was not my favorite.
Mm.
And the last one is a sock. It's the very first sock test knit that I ever did. And it was so horrendously hard that I knit one sock and I've been sitting on that one sock in my stash being like I don't know what to do with this one sock for 8 years.
And now
And
you
now it is going to find a home with Knit Socks for Sam. So it was just waiting 8 years to find its home because I was like, I'm not knitting the other one. The pattern was really confusing. It was just a lot. There wasn't a heel in construction recommendation for it. It was like pop in your favorite heel. Fold in the cheese? No. Tell me how to do. No. Tell me how to
fold
do
it
it.
in.
What? Yeah, I know some popular pattern writers do that, but I'm not a fan because I think the heel part of the sock sometimes is the most challenging part of it, especially if you're like a newer knitter.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
rest of it's the rest of it's just a hat.
But little.
It's just a tiny hat.
Yeah.
So, yes. I have more socks.
Okay.
I also am doing for the first time ever the Desert Vista Dye Works knit along
Monthly DVD cap.
challenge, and it's like a really long tag. It's like the annual. This year she's calling it getting my degree in Desert Vista Dye Works. There are a lot of rules, so I think I'm doing it right. I think I'm doing it right. So I've done this month. I've made these socks. They are actually Chaley's leftovers. They are the milk and cookies socks. I have the other one here. I love them. I'm actually keeping them for myself.
Oh,
I,
yay.
I only have 3 skeins of Desert Vista Dye Works. This is one of them, and you're supposed to knit one a month. So it'll be fine. I'll ask my sister for some skeins,
All
or
right.
it'll be okay. Or I'll ask for them for my birthday because I need one for April is the first month. So then I'll ask them for
But
my
they
birthday.
need to order it now.
Oh, right, because it's Desert Vista.
It's a long turnaround, bud.
Oh, heavens to freaking Betsy. Okay, well,
Well, now we can match because I also have those socks.
I really like them, but here's what happened.
Uh-oh. Is
I
this
lost
the oopsie?
what?
Is this the oopsie?
No, the oopsie was that I'm a fool. No, I mailed my knit socks for Sam stuff yesterday.
Oh, that's the oopsie.
I'm
So
a
we don't
ding
have
dong.
it. Mm.
Yeah, I don't have them. That's why I couldn't hold them up. I'm a ding dong. But that's okay. So what happened? This is how crazy this is. Okay. I ran out of yarn because I had the yarn tube, right? And then I had to cut in and I didn't save enough extra for the heels, toes, and cuffs. But the rules for Desert Vista Dye Works is that you have to use all Desert Vista Dye Works yarn. But I ran short. So do you know what myself had to do?
Oh no.
Myself had to wind up my Mean Girls colorway that my sister gave me because it also had some white in it. I think it was Mean Girls. I don't know. I wound up my one of my other Desert Vista Dye Works skeins because it has white in it to get this tiny amount of white to add to the heel. Because my sister has Desert Vista Dye Works scraps because she's made them, but they're in my Magic Knot Ball. So the option was either wind up a skein like a lunatic last night, or try and crochet on my Magic Knot Ball to find the white length to clip it to put it in my because the rules.
Maybe I should start some Desert Vista Dye Works socks so that I can give you the other half.
Yeah, maybe that would be good. So I've done this. I hope I followed. I have to post them in the thread. It does seem cool though because it's like every month you get like credits towards percentage off of yarn, and it doesn't count as buying yarn if I buy it for my sister, and she then gives me the leftovers.
It counts for your sister.
Yeah, I'm working on her 30th birthday box. She doesn't turn 30 this year. It's next year, so I'm slowly collecting. It's really bad because then I get to buy yarn, but I'm like, it doesn't count. It's for Chaley.
Do you ever feel like you're always one age though? That
Yeah.
I'm trying like
Like a
I
like
don't
a like a like a like a
like I don't feel like I'm gonna be 30 soon. Like I feel firmly in like 26, 27 in my soul.
Yes.
Okay. Carry on as you were.
I think it's the pandemic though. I feel like I didn't age during the pandemic, so I lost like 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
I really liked 27. I wish I could go back. See, that was a good year. That was last year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm aware of my age now because my friends are older and they're having kids, and like my friend Alyssa, she's like 32 turning 33 and she's having her first. And then I'm like, "Oh my God, I had my first child at 28." Like who
I'm 28.
I know. I'm like, who let this baby go home with the other baby and be responsible and then have to weather a pandemic?
Just a baby.
That's what I told Alyssa. I was like, I didn't feel like I was an adult until they were like, okay, go home with the baby. And I'm like,
Who?
huh? And I didn't go home with the baby. I went to my mom's house. And then my grandma brought me lunch.
Mm-hmm. And I think I had to like read to you.
Yeah. I went home and let my family take care of me, which
Yeah. That's
honestly, that's what everyone should have. I wish everyone had that option. It's so hard. It's so hard to not have a village, and I'm lucky I had one.
villager number 4 present.
Morning shift. Chaylee had from the shifts
I
to
was the
help me.
8 a.m. shift.
She had the shift to help me with the mom was like 5 a.m. until
Mom
like,
sucked. They were on the even numbers.
oh, so she was like the 6 a.m. shift.
Yeah, because I had 8 to 10, and I think I had 12 to 2, and then the morning 8 to 10 with Lottie. I didn't have to do that with Lenny.
Second baby, man. That girl was just like, good luck.
Put her down. I have made some socks, and we all recall how Gabrielle just said that she has 80 pairs of socks. Well, in April, she'll have 82. Because I made some presents for my sister, and
Two
I
pairs?
what?
You made me two? I thought you made me one.
It's okay. Well, now I've lost my train of thought, Gabrielle. Um, I wanted to use up this yarn, so I made them for my sister. They're a little bit different lengths because I thought I was gonna run out of yarn on one of them, and I don't like yarn chicken. It makes me nervous. So I accommodate as I can to avoid it as much as I can. So I made her some DK socks. And because she had so generously given up her yarn for us to make our blankie, I made her socks out of her Maui yarn. And
Oh,
so
I do
here's
like it.
one of them. This is the other. These are kind of the shorties because
Yeah.
I also made her Honolulu socks to replace her
Ooh.
current Honolulu socks. But look what happened with the Honolulu. This is where I think it's very interesting. These the Maui's are 10 rows shorter on the leg because I didn't have as much. I had like almost 100 grams of the Honolulu left, but like I feel like there's like striping on this one.
Yes. Okay. That's also not what the Honolulu socks that I currently have from you look like at all.
Well, those are fingering single. I didn't hold them double.
But they're not even. Oh, do I have them? Because they need to be
You
washed.
like really washed the color out them. So
They also dyed my feet the
yeah. So
blue.
I
They
thought
were
it would be fun for you to have
blue
another pair.
to dye my feet.
Yeah. Well, because yours, I feel like those are like what, like the third or fourth sock I ever made, and I got upset with them because I didn't like them, and then you told me you would take them, and
She made them too small, and then she got really upset.
so I made you your own.
And she gave them to me for my birthday, which sounds like that's her plan this year as well.
Yes, but now you have two.
Ooh, upgrade.
Plus, I did make the presents really because they're also getting your blankie, your purple blankie.
Oh, right. I thought I already had that.
No, it's not yours yet. It's in my room. So we're doing make the presents for Gabs, and she knows the presents because I'm bad at not telling. So because I was nervous about these, and she was like trying to help me, and I was like, but I don't want to run out because they're a gift. And then she's like, well, who are they for? I'm like, you.
And I'm like,
I know Gabs wouldn't care, but I care. I care, and that's what's
I would not have cared even a little bit. You should see the crazy junk that I do with yard chair. I'm like,
yeah. So these are also going to the gift pile for my sister.
excellent, excellent.
I think it's your turn.
I don't have any more.
Oh, okay. How many whips you got?
One.
One? For real?
I mean, unless you want me to show my scrappy blankets.
One? You lie.
The one that's in my hand is all I have.
No.
Yes, Chaylee.
That's crazy. Well, I guess you go first.
Okay. Well, I'm working on my stars aligned now quilt coat instead of blanket. I think I talked about it last time already. It was
Yeah.
not going good. I was running out. And it was like I play yarn chicken, but this wasn't gonna work even a little bit. Like I'll roll the dice, but I was 2 to 3 skeins short, so that wasn't gonna work out. So I've redesigned it as a coat. And I've been making Battenberg squares, which I guess they're also just called like solid granny squares. They look like this. I've been making these, and
I don't know why I zoomed in like I don't know what they look like.
I don't know. I've been making these and I've been sewing them together as I go. So this week actually will be my big sewing the coat together. Quilt coats are really making a comeback. Um, they're really cute. Chaylee's friend makes them out of quilts. And I've designed a couple too. So I was like, I can do this. I helped Chaylee with her granny square one. I figured out the measurements for that as we went. So that's what I've been working on. This is actually my last squares before I have to start assembling and then figuring out. I have the trim, I have sleeves, I have to figure out where they are, but I've got pretty short arms, so I'm going to figure out what I want to do with that. This yarn is from my sister from my Christmas Eve box. It is the Mermaid Yarn Company, Green Gables colorway. It's cute. Each of these squares use about 5 grams of yarn. So I will have about 80 grams left. So it's going to turn into, you guessed it, a muscle burra for the rest of it because I love muscle burras. And I'm horrible to my socks. I'm so hard on them. I chuck them in the laundry. I I wear them out. So then the beautiful colors go away. So anything that I like as a beautiful color does not become socks anymore for me because I wear them the heck out.
Mm.
And I have 2 other whips, but they're ongoing blanket whips. And if you watch our Instagram stories, I've been doing weave in the ends. So you kind of see them every night anyway.
Um,
That's all. I have no knit projects. These were these when I was having my panic last night. I will cast on.
ah.
I'll cast on new knit projects. My goal is to have one crochet whip, one knit whip.
You
I'm just in a lull.
have to wait till February 1st to cast on your next socks for your stripes. The one that does it for Styworks.
I don't think so, but I haven't. We'll talk about this in challenges. I'm behind on a couple other things,
Mm.
so I need to do that first. I'm also in a test knit.
Why are you like this? Why are you the way you are? I can't help you when you're like this.
But here we are. Here we are.
Yep.
The thing that I'm test knitting is a hat that's for the 3 to 6 month old. Like that's gonna take me like 2 minutes. It's for Alyssa's baby. That's why, because I didn't have a baby hat pattern that I liked. So
Mm.
it's for Alyssa's my coworker. So she's also like my work wife. So
Mm-hmm. All right then. Okay, me.
mhm,
So I am working on my socks that were the swap that I didn't do Candy Cane Lane, but I did the scrappy stripy socks for.
mhm.
And I'm calling them vanilla ice because I think they look like vanilla ice cream. Uh,
Those are insane. What was I
I
doing?
don't know. These are not Christmas scabs. These look like Dole Whip.
Christmas in Paradise.
Okay, great.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I'm making these for our Vubby who has tiny feet because somebody did not give me very much yarn. I wonder who that was. So I made small ones because I was afraid I was going to run out, and it does bother me if I do. So I did 7 rounds for each of the colors on the leg. I think I did 10, and then I did 15, and then I did 4 for each of these colors, and then just regular toe and then an afterthought heel. And I actually think this will be fine. Bubby wears like a 5.5. So I think I was afraid it was going to be too small for her foot, but now seeing it on here, I think it's okay.
She
But
has
I'm
very tiny feet, like
yeah.
ludicrously tiny.
And blue is her favorite color, so I thought this would go well for her. And so I have good progress on the other sock. I've started my fourth color.
Oh, you're
Um,
almost done.
yeah, I'll finish it. I'm going to my friend Nick's today, so I'll be able to finish it there. And then I'll be good. But what is great about Gabrielle having not given me very much yarn is that I'm pretty sure all these colors were 10-gram minis. And now that I've used them for the stripes, they are less than 10, but still quite a bit. So I'm gonna put them in her ball.
You know I've done it when she calls me Gabrielle.
Because I pulled out the thing and I'm like, Gabrielle, this color, she gave me 42 grams.
Ah, 43.
It was like 42.25.
Round up, round up.
Yeah. Okay. So I was like, yeah, it's not going to be socks for Chaley. Because that's not going to work. So here we are. And I think it looks nice.
I
So
own like no solid color yarn at the time when I was trying to sort all that out for her. I only own Variegated, and I'm not that great at like putting colors together, which is probably why I love muscle burras because I'm like, I only
one.
have one color, or it's like it's a sock set, right? So I'm like, oh, these two go together because my heels, toes, and cuffs never use the 20 grams in a sock set.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I have tiny feet, I guess, and my gauge is silly.
Well, speaking of Musselburgh, I have another one in my musubi bag that my sister made for me. We don't have this fabric anymore. Um, But I'm making this one is dad's, so I felt like it was apt to have the musubi bag because daddy
Mhm.
loves these. And I have my musubi
Wow.
marker daddy made for me. And this is his it looks to me like the Joker from like Batman.
Wow.
So this is dad's hat. There is some fun striping happening. I was not thrilled with how the increases looked because I think this looks messy, but
There's
also
much.
I don't care enough to go back. So hopefully the other side looks good and I'll make this the inside, but we'll see. So now I'm in the knit portion of it, and this is still part of our like Musselburgh mania family Musselburghs that somebody has decided that we're doing. And this one is also destination yarn. So we're in our destination era. And this is Holiday River Parade. Gabs also has to make this one, but for her husband. Yeah, because I had some issues with the yarn. So she had to wind hers up to see if there were also issues. My yarn kept breaking like 4 times while I was winding it up, and there were all these like frayed bits. So I thought maybe moths had gotten to them because of where our dad, because this is dad's actual yarn that we took from him to make the gift for him. Um, but hers is fine. So mine just might have been a bad skein, and that's okay. Because so I just made little magic knots.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't started mine.
Yeah.
My
This is
goal is a muscle burra a month of this, but I'm a cast. I've got two more things to make, and then I'm gonna cast on my first under the Christmas tree thing. But do I have to make moms?
yeah, you've got the majority of the Rosarios.
The Rosarios have heads like cannonballs.
I have a Rosario head. She has a Koizumi head.
My daughters, my older daughter,
Yeah, you're
also
making hers too, because you got
has
all the
like
older
a cannon,
siblings.
has like a head like a cannonball. So does my husband. Me
You
and
also
Lenny.
got him because I decided you picked him, so you got him.
Yeah, Lenny not so much, but
I have Lenny. Okay, my last one is my blankie that I've been working on. Oh my God, you're gonna be so proud of me. I feel like one of those like real podcasters because what I did was I marked where I was at the last time we podcasted so I could show how much
oh, your
oh balls,
progress.
how much progress we'd done. So let me find it though. This is my blankie. Oh, here's on this side. This is my blankie. Ah, I dropped it. This is my chevron blankie that I'm making from the magic knot ball my sister made for me. And over here in the brown is this little dinosaur marker, which marks how much I've done, which is down here. So you can kind of see it winging about down there. So that's how much I've done.
Looks
And I
good.
started my third skein of the Knit Picks Stroll Glimmer that I've been using to hold double, which we both used to hold double for this project. And part of my challenge is trying to remember what Gabs was making at this time. So I think this period was summer because she used this mint for a chicken, or this mint was used on a chicken. I think it was Dad who used the mint on a chicken.
Really?
That's not what it was used for?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's what I think.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm working on that. Plus I decided, I didn't tell you I did this, but I decided that between the time we do our finishing video and January 1st, that's purgatory. So that means like I don't have to catalog anything that comes in or out. And I just like start the year with my new number of skeins. So I decided that that's the grace period. So like I put the Stroll Glimmers into my number to start with for 2025, but I didn't count it as coming in 2024. Purgatory. That's what those like 4 days are for me.
Okay.
Yeah, those are all my whips though.
Okay. What else do we got?
I have acquisitions.
I don't.
Okay, so I got swindled into mystery. Twice. So the first is my girl Ruby and Roses. I love everything she does. And so
We're not affiliates, by the way.
we
So
are
if
not. No.
don't,
Love,
we're
love,
not
love.
hyping to we make no money off we spend
This
money.
is this is authentic adoration. So I was wishy-washy about her like value, like not value pack, but like she was doing mystery packs with based on like color vibes at a discount. I think it's like 15 or 20% off.
Mhm.
And so I didn't do it when they first dropped because I'm like, I don't need it. But then I got my ski lodge set and I was like, oh, I want to make a blanket out of it, but I didn't have anything to hold with the blanket. And I kind of wanted to be a purist and only do Ruby and Roses yarn with it. I have one sock set, but that wasn't going to be enough for the blankie. So then she like reposted that she still had some and she kind of showed the one she had left. And I was like, I want it. So I bought it. So I got a mystery pack from Ruby and Roses. And does anyone want to guess the color theme that I picked? Anybody? Anybody?
I already seen them.
Is reds and pinks. And then she says you can put in the note if you want mostly pink or most like red. So I said mostly pink if you have it, please. And I really, really like it. I think they are so fun. I didn't take them out because I wanted them to stay together.
Are the two center ones the same color or
They're
just really
different.
close?
So this one here, you can kind of see better here,
Oh, there.
is more of a red, and this is more of
Okay.
a hot pink. And actually, most of them are one of a kind, except for the red, which is called poinsettia.
Oh, I like it. Christmas. What are the variegates called?
You don't listen to my words. We're gonna rewind it. All of them are one of a kind, except for the one that's the red, which is called poinsettia.
She doesn't name her one of a kind?
No.
Oh, you could name them.
Okay, let's do it together. Um, this one I'm naming Juicy Couture Tracksuit.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm with you. I'm with
Okay,
you.
Gabs, which one do you want to name?
I don't know. I can't see them, dude. They look like shiny
I don't
plastic.
want to take it out.
Or you're gonna have to name them. You could see them.
Okay, I think this one is called Forest Rave.
Oh, I see that. Like the neon lights against the trees.
Yeah. And then this one, I don't know why, but I'm calling it Flannel Girly.
Oh my God, in my head, I was like, it looks like bougie Christmas. You know,
Um,
like with the like velvet rich colors that
yeah.
when people when you're very fancy for Christmas, you're
Mhm.
like, I'm not gonna do a true red. Like I'm gonna do a deep this color.
Yeah. But what I think I'm gonna do is because I think it's going to be too much. I'm going to use these 3 for the blankie and make you a muscle burra.
Ooh, I like it. I like it for my
I mean,
bougie
I don't know
Christmas
if you
head.
want it, but I'll make it and then see if you want it.
All
Um,
right.
or if you can just go into the pile. But I thought these would be fun for the blankie to go with my ski lodge set that I showed last week. And then it will be long enough as a chevron blankie, which I think I want to start in February because these feel kind of like Valentine's
They do.
colors. So plus I wanted to do like the tonal, this one, a tonal, then the mini skein. Because I think that will like make it like not blend too much just in case.
Hmm.
So that's the plan. But we'll see when I get to that. So I acquired that. And then I had this really great plan for another mystery thing, but I rolled the dice again because it was mystery. And I had this great plan for what I'm going to do for my sister's Christmas Eve box, but I can't say too much, obviously, because she's here and don't want to give it away. But it involves mini skeins, which she knows already. And so I had wanted to get a mystery mini skein set, hoping that it would just happen to fit the theme, and it didn't happen. But that's okay. I'll think of something else to do with this mini skein set, which is still a lovely mini skein set. I was only disappointed because I had an idea of what I wanted it to look like, but I feel like that's kind of on me because it's
For
a mystery.
buying a mystery.
I'm expecting it to be what I had envisioned in my head. So that was user error. I recognize that. But I Always Be Kind Yarn was having a birthday sale. So I bought the mystery mini skein set from that. And it's called nothing. It's called mini skeins. And so Gabs does not know what this looks like because I called her being upset about my situation, but refused to tell her what it looked like. So now I'm going to show her. And I think you'll understand why it wasn't going to work for you because it's not really like your colors at all. Okay.
Oh, I see. It looks kind of like Mardi Gras.
Oh, yeah.
It could be a cute Mardi Gras muscle burra.
It'll be a Mardi Gras muscle bra.
Like it's cute, but I see why. Yeah,
It's not Gabs. It doesn't say Gabs to me. So
but
like
they're good colors. They're
it's
good
perfectly
tonals.
fine. There's nothing wrong. Like I got exactly what I ordered, but not what I envisioned personally in my head. So
How could
that's
she not just dye exactly what
I
was in
don't know. Not
God?
even die. She just had these because I think they were like the mystery ones. And so I was like, that's so weird that she didn't get that. But it's okay. Perfectly fine. Plus, mini skeins don't count for me, so I don't care. Yeah. Oh, I acquired some other things, and
Oh
we'll
my
acquire
God.
more things today, but it's not yarn. Because I went shopping, which will I think lead into our next section.
Oh,
It's gonna be a longie.
is this about the shop?
Yeah.
My sewing machine's broken.
Hopefully, Dad's cooking. I got some fabrics. Woo woo! I'm gonna show you anyways. I don't care. Okay, so these are the ones that I want as cozies. I don't know what she's gonna make out of the other ones, but if these are fun chocolate dipped strawberries, which
Those
I
are cute.
find delicious. And it's like the one thing I know how to make for like parties where I think people think you're really fancy for making them, but you're literally just going like this, dunk, and then putting it into a little cupcake tray. But then I also got this fun balloon animal one because I also love balloon animals and will always say yes to a balloon animal if it's an option at a party. And then I don't have an Easter thing, so I wanted an Easter one. But I liked it because it has these fun little gnomies on it. And I
That's
know we love gnomies. And I feel like it kind of matches the gnome that Gabs made me for Christmas. So these are the ones that I want cozies out of, but when the sewing machine is unbroken, we
I mean,
should
I can still sew with it. I'm just slower.
oh. Oh, well, you sew like a fiend, so that's probably a good thing.
I do sew really fast.
But there's plenty she can make other stuff. And then this is the ones that I want bags out of. And
Oh
so
my
I
God.
got this fun like baking one, which feels kind of like a vintage cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the Dolly Parton cookbook for Christmas. So I like to think I'm baking like Dolly, even though I've made one thing and it turned out like soup. But that's okay. And then I got this one because I think it's so funny. Look at these funny pigs,
Those are cute. They
right?
remind
I
me of
like
the
this
Three
one.
Little Pigs books.
It does, and I think they're so fun. So I wanted pigs. all the fabrics I pick are more things that I like. So that's where we are. And I thought that you're gonna be mad at me because it's flannel. But I liked it and I thought it was funny. Look at these garden boots.
Those are cute.
Right? Like these are precious. I would never wear them, but I would have a bag out of them because I'm just not bold enough for that. Other people should wear them because they're cute. It's not my aesthetic. But for my bags, yes. And then this is a repeat because I loved it and I think other people loved it. It's the pink knitting sheepies. Um, and then I got this one only a little bit because it is a licensed fabric, but I wanted it. And so it was probably more of a personal bag for Chaylee. It's these Halloween stitches.
Oh my God, Daniel was trying to convince me to purchase those for you.
Okay, well, he was right. You should listen to him.
No, I shouldn't have because I knew you were going the next day, and I'm gonna end up with 2 yards of stitch that I can't sell because of licensing.
Okay, well, I'm also going to the Joann's in Thousand Oaks today with Nick. And so we will probably purchase more fabric for you and your broken machine.
I can show my ones from in the shop. My machine, it's all right. Like I can sew on it. So you can totally buy stuff from the shop. I have stuff made already. It's just my shipping times are a little bit slower because it takes me a little bit longer now until we can get it fixed. The plug where my pedal is won't seat. So I can't use the pedal on my machine. So I have to use the touchscreen. So it's just slower. And I can, but dad has machines and I mean, I do teach sewing, so it's not like I don't have 25 machines in my classroom. So fear not. Fear not if you want to purchase things. Here's the Valentine's Day collection, which
Woo!
has not gone that great, but that's all right. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe they're not into bags. That's okay. Um, so we have some Valentine's Day gnomes, which I think
Love.
are really cute. These are on our big bag size. I will have them in the smaller bag size
Do you
once
have cozies too?
I do.
Mm.
Um, I have this cute little like
Ooh, a classic rose.
I only have them in the small size though,
A
because
rose by any other name.
I'm not sure, I don't think they're roses. I think they might be something else.
A peony by any other name.
And then I have only one bag of this candy heart,
Limited edition.
but it's got red on the inside for
Woo!
Valentine's Day.
Spicy. It's
So
like
it's like,
sugar and spice. Valentine's.
and Kaylee always says, "Oh, you love these." I do. I love lips
Oh, you love lips.
with red on the inside as well. And the lips are only, I think, I have them only currently in big bags because I think they would look insane as cozies because you'd only have one lip, and then it looks like a Rolling Stone bag. But if you really like the Rolling Stones, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There you
Also a
go.
little bit Rocky Horror.
It is. I have these beautiful red roses,
Okay, a rose.
a rose by any other name. Also, I only have them as big bags because again, I thought it would look silly.
Right, because you could
Um,
just put white with leaves.
yeah, and I don't like that when if it's a big print and bag makers will just cut it down without like thinking about what it's going to look like because then what you get in your product photo isn't what you get and yeah, technically they've given you the fabric but you've got a green leaf when you
Yeah.
wanted a red rose. So I don't want to do that. I have these other candy hearts though. This is I think my favorite. These are cute.
Oh, the conversation heart.
Yes, and they say nice things. And they're not the spicy ones. They say like be mine, dance, BFF, amour with also the red inside, which I think is fun.
Oh.
I have strawberries
Undipped.
undipped, but what's it called? It's white lined inside because the reds didn't match because I think about things like that, right? Because didn't want you to have clashy clash.
I also think that would be a nice spring bag.
Oh, yeah, it's a transitional bag. It also could be summer. My strawberry print last year sold crazy well. I had to go back to the store and get them a couple times. And then the last thing I have is not Valentine's Day at all, but we're gonna roll it in because this is for our event
Yeah. What event,
called
Gabs?
called Pucks and Pearls. So you can buy this in the shop right now. It's available. Um, the event is Uh-oh. The event is Pucks and Pearls, and this is an in-person event, not a virtual event. I mean, I guess you could try and watch it online, but that's just called watching sports on TV. So on March 23rd, it's Sunday, March 23rd, it's the last day of the Bay Area Yarn Crawl. But only Gabs is going. We are hosting a craft night, I guess, at the San Jose Barracuda hockey game. The game starts at 5. It's down here in San Jose. It's at the Tech Q Arena. They're playing, I think, the Bakersfield Condors, if those details matter. 47 people have already purchased tickets. Only 6 of them actually know me, and one of them is me. But um so yeah, it's great. Tickets have only been on sale for about a week and a half.
Very
There's
nice.
technically no limit. I mean, there's a limit, but like not a limit, right? There's no limit to the amount of seats. Originally I had reserved 15 seats and we've bumped it since to 30, 55, and now we're up to 78. So there's plenty of seats. We bump them at if more people are interested. I think the tickets are super affordable. They are $16, but then there's fees and whatever junk. So it's $18.75 a ticket. It gets you a ticket into the game, to the arena, and then a little gift from us, as well as you get a raffle ticket. And then we're raffling off a couple raffle baskets too. So that it should be really cool. It's like a stitch and pitch, but inside. And let me pitch to you why hockey games are better than baseball games for knitting. If you don't actually care about either sport. If you have a preference to either sport, then obviously pick the one you like. But for knitting specifically, one, at a hockey game, you get to wear your knitwear because it's
It's
cold.
cold.
It's cold. So you can sport your newly made muscle burra. You can sport knit socks, a cowl, a full sweater. You could do a full knit outfit and it makes total sense to do it. Right? Number 2, no risk of getting sunburned or rained on or any of those elements because you're inside.
And you
Number 3,
definitely can bring your project in.
yes, because
We've
like
done
that's the whole point of this. And we've done it. We've brought it specifically to this arena and done it with knitting needles. Obviously don't bring your gigantic scissors, right? Like those kind of things. Yeah, be smart about it. Um, Number 3, the seats are comfier than baseball seats. The seats at Tech U Arena, it's pretty new and maybe like 10 years old. So the seats are a little bit padded, they're a little bit more comfy, those kind of things. It's also a minor league hockey game. So it's smaller, you get to be closer to the ice, you get to see the action a little bit better. And this is bonus reason to go. As my students say, they have dope cookies there. They have apparently the best cookies. My students are like, "Can you bring us cookies back from the hockey game?" No, I'm not buying you cookies. You can go to the hockey game. So come check it out. It's super affordable. It's actually cheaper than most minor league games. Um, and I'm talking with my rep, and there's talk of like some people, like someone getting to do a Zamboni ride.
it.
I know, Chaylee, I know. It's like we'd probably like raffle it off or see who is interested in doing it, right?
Me.
Are you gonna fly up?
No, I can't. I have to work.
I know, because Chaylee would love it, right? Zambonis are ice polishers. Is that what they?
Yeah, like ice smoothers.
So you get to ride a Zamboni at
Round, 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 round.
intermission?
Yeah.
At intermission. Because hockey's 3 periods, so there's first and second intermission. I'm not just being a drama teacher about it. So yeah, there's that. And they say, I talked to my rep and he says if we get up to selling 75 tickets, that he can organize an on ice photo after the game.
How fun.
So, but like we don't make any money off of this. Just so like it's just a fun community event. The tickets, those are the ticket prices. There's nothing padded in that we get no kickbacks from it. I just wanted to go to the hockey game and thought other people would want to go to the hockey game. Um, yeah. So come out, support, get your bag from our shop. You know, that actual costs money because I'm making stuff. But yes, it should be really fun, but just me and dad. So we will make up our Slip family team and my husband too.
And mom.
Oh, yeah, yeah, oh, mom's coming too.
Slip squad. No
Yeah, but
worries.
no Chaley. So if that was the reason for coming, I'm so sorry.
I know. I know. It's good to see me, isn't it? Okay, we gotta cook, girl, because we're already at an hour. So we gotta go over all our stats and stuff from January. So lock in.
Okay.
Locked in. I just wanted to show my progress on my other challenge, not knitting or crochet related, but I'm also doing my card making challenge for this year, where I want to make at least one card during a month for the entire year. And I made two this month. So feeling pretty good. And the month's not over yet. But I want to show these. This first one is using my new axolotl stamping set, and this one is a birthday card that I made. And then this one was my new set that is like funny, like bathroom related things. So I made this one, and I think a lot of folks got a kick out of this one on Instagram. We are a poop positive house, so I love a good poop joke. So here we are. And these are my two cards for January. Mom says she's making hers today. Okay.
Okay.
January stats. I still have two notebooks that I'm cooking on.
Okay.
So as of today, we still have time, team. I'm just saying. How much yarn have you acquired?
Like gotten into stash?
Huh?
When? I think.
Okay. I
I
have
will.
five. But four of them are the ruby roses I just got, and one is my hypnotic yarn.
All right, hold on. Let me look at my paper. Yeah. One.
All right. And then how much yarn have you used? Just number.
Oh, cute.
Bear in mind, Gab still counts every single yarn. I just count full skeins.
Um, um, good question. All good questions. You told me to get my journal, did but it's not in my journal. Um, Mathing. Gabs is mathing. And the math says now I have to do math. It's too hard.
Oh, okay. I've used seven skeins, seven full skeins this month. And so if you recall from our wrap up video, I'm trying to do what we're calling the century this year, where it's using 100 full skeins or 100 like intact skeins. And then, oh my goodness, 100 projects. And so I need to average, it's 8.3 um a month. And so I'm airing towards 9. So I need to use 2 more this month to stay on track. So I'm a little behind for the use of my yarn. Gaps.
36.
Wow. Impressive. And
But
how
not really 36.
oh, okay.
Really 33.
Oh, okay.
Because 3 of them were my sisters.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, 4, no?
I didn't put that one in yet.
Oh.
Because I
Yeah,
forgot.
I used up all your Maui.
Yeah, so she used up mine, but it doesn't matter because it's out of my stash. So I'm doing great. I'm crushing my goals, but that happens. I find that the Apple commercial is wrong, and I don't quit my New Year's resolutions until I put up the musical. That's when I get overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think that happens to most Americans, Gabs, once they put up their
Mm-hmm.
musical
Mm-hmm.
steam.
I don't usually quit resolutions within 2 weeks of them. Like I usually quit when something else big happens that makes it hard to do it.
Mm,
Not just because I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's usually because something overwhelms me and then getting back into it is hard. Or keeping up with something that was already a challenge.
right. Right. How many projects have you made? Do you have that?
Let me open my journal again. I really like this journal. It's awesome. Um, um, how many projects has Gab made? I wish it had the nobody's asking Gabs for feedback on this journal, but if they were, I wish that it had multiple bookmarks.
Oh, yeah. I was looking for magnetic bookmarks at Daiso and I couldn't find them.
I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 projects.
Nice. I have 8.
Oh, very good. Very good. Some of mine are on my sock knitting machine, so,
Oh. Well, like I'm almost done with these. So I'll make my 9
Oh,
that I
excellent.
need for this month. But okay, in terms of the rest of our journal for the January monthly stuff, what were your monthly goals?
I don't know why I keep putting my journal away.
I don't know either.
All right. We have the same journal. This is Summer Day Crochets, a year in yarn. I love it. I recommend it. Again, not affiliated, just fans. My monthly goals was to make 1 muscle burra.
Dunzo.
I made 3.
Okay, overachiever.
Daniel and I were just talking about this. We're reading Fourth Wing, or we were because I finished it. We were reading Fourth Wing together, and the goal was to listen to an hour of it a day. And we did. We both met our goal. He's ahead of the hour a day, but I'm just more ahead because I finished the book. So he's like, I've met the goal you set for me, and I'm actually ahead of the goal you set for me, but you're mad because I didn't meet the invisible goal that you're at. And I'm like, that's correct.
He's been with you for like 15 years. How does he not know this?
I know, because we were supposed to finish the book in 3 weeks, and I finished it in 5 days. But mostly I'm mad because I've no one to talk to about the book. So
Oh,
there's that. Well, oh, I also wanted to make the sock swap hat. I did that.
cooked.
And I also wanted to be under 300 skeins of yarn. I'm at 282. Crushed it.
Very nice.
Uh-huh.
My goal was to make my chevron blanket. I started it, but have not finished it. And then I wanted to make Anthony's muscle bra and my creative infinity scarf.
Excellent. 2 out of 3, and
Accomplished
there's still some
those.
days.
Yeah, I'm not gonna finish that blanket.
Yeah,
That's
it's
okay.
blanket.
I'll put in
Blanket.
February. That's my goal to finish that blanket. I would love to have like a blanket finished a month, and I did finish the Hawaii one. What was your habit?
Oh, that I would do 4 Battenbergs on, I did 2 habits. I would do 4 Battenbergs on my Stars Align blanket every day. I missed 1 day. And then my goal was to spend 5 minutes weaving in ends every day. I haven't missed a single day, and the ends are woven in on my Scrappy Advent blanket and on my Hexie blanket.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I had one habit, which was to wear my knit socks.
Every day.
At least try to.
How,
Um,
how'd it
in
go?
my defense, the first 8 days are empty because I didn't get the journal. So I didn't have the journal. And so I've done almost every day of it, except for the days where I go into the office. Because I don't wear my socks to work. And by the time I got home, I literally just like put on my pajamas. And I guess like I could have like put them on, but like it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I just wanted to like more intentionally choose to wear my knit socks rather than like my commercial or store-bought socks.
It's so interesting how we marked it so differently.
Oh yeah, I don't like how I marked it, so I'm gonna do it differently.
Oh, I marked mine like the way I mark attendance. Like the
We're also
circle.
kind of doing it differently. Like, I don't know how you're doing this. I'm using these fun project pages for like big projects.
I'm I
And then
am
my sorry, I'm gonna just keep talking. I'm so sorry. And then my small projects, I'm just putting in this log.
I am too. I'm using them like my cranked socks is like one entry, and then I'm explaining each different sock that I
Mm,
had. But like the muscle burras I'm using as different ones.
like their
Uh
own page.
yeah.
Well, I just think there's only like 25 pages, and if my goal is to do 100 projects, I'm gonna run out.
Yeah, that was my other, again, no one's asking us for feedback on this journal, but that was my other thing. I'm like, I make way more than 50 projects.
Yeah.
Like at this rate, if I was doing one per thing, we've both done 10. And I haven't put my milk and cookie socks in it yet. So I'll probably be at 11. I'll be done with this by May. Like that portion
Right.
of the journal will be filled by May. And yes, I could use the blank pages, but even if I use the blank pages, it's probably like I'm probably done
Yeah.
by probably by July, which is what happened on my last project notebook too, is it just filled to like I did it and I was like, okay, cool, it's March.
Right.
This was supposed to last a year. But then I know some people don't knit as fast as we do. So,
It would feel like daunting. I wonder if there could be, I know this is a lot of work, but like two versions, like one that has like the extended, but then it would probably cost more, which I also get because it's more pages. But yeah, I think it was just interesting to kind of hear everybody's wrap ups. Because I felt like, I don't know, I felt a little bad that I hadn't made my 100 because I was so close with 97, but it turns out that's very high for projects in a year. In comparison to just the other folks that we've heard talk about their accomplishments.
mhm.
Not to say that like you have to make a lot to be accomplished, but you know us, we like a good challenge for all of that. So, upcoming challenge. What challenge do you have anything that you want to focus more on in February?
Well, I want to not be so scrambly on my challenges because I'm pushing hard because I had challenges this month, which was the Musselburgh month. Did it. Noma month. Haven't started it and it's the 26th. Knit Something or a Book. Haven't started it. And Destination Yarn, I'm really only covering it because I'm working on the Stars Align. So I'm technically meeting my goals
What
because
about your
I
alphabet thing?
haven't started it.
Oh,
So I'll make it, like I'll make most of them. It'll happen, but it feels like it's a push. But February's not going to be better. Like
mm,
I'm putting up the musical, so
right.
it's not going to be better. I think for me, I underestimated how much the political landscape would affect my professional life. That I teach government, so I'm having to spend so much time reading news articles, fact checking it, and being able to digest and understand it to teach it the next day when the kids have questions. Because with so many executive orders coming down and kids having questions and having to dispel like misinformation, it's taking up so much time and energy that I'm just like drained. And I
Mm,
didn't like it hasn't been that way
mm-hmm,
since I
mm-hmm.
started teaching government again. So I'm like, I have because like I had to figure out what the heck Red Note was when TikTok got banned, and I had to figure out the pros and cons of Note and the government implications of that. I'm like, what? What the
Yeah,
heck is Red Note? And
yeah,
Blue Sky. Like,
yeah, yeah.
so that part's been hard.
Well, my goal for February is to do what I'm calling Felici February. It is not anything formal, but I a while ago bought like the Felici like whole pack of a collection once, and then have collected some. So I have a ton of it, and I want to just focus on using it up. So I think what I'm going to do for that is it's not like that's going to be my only project, but for my like I like to have like kind of a mindless knit that's also a short knit. So a mindless like quick knit, I'm going to focus on using my Felici. But Mandy's Makings, which Gab sent me this morning, is hosting a thick socks cal, I want to say.
I think it's a make along, right? Because I'm sure crochet is.
I think, yeah. So you can make DK socks for that, or to focus on DK socks for that. And you all know I love a DK situation. So I got distracted doing my talking and I messed up my knitting. So I'm gonna knit back and keep talking. But I want to do that. I want to participate in that because I'm like, that just feels like a missed opportunity. So what I'm gonna do is alternate between them. Because I do like I've done a Felici where I held it with a plain yarn and it was fine. It just like it didn't look the same because you couldn't see the stripes as much and it came out kind of more marly. which is also fine. Like if you like that look, then that's totally cool, but I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to try and do both, which might overwhelm me, and that's okay. And I may only get one Felici done, but that's okay. I will just be Felici March. And won't be the
Oh,
fun, like pun that is what, or the fun alliteration. So yeah, that's my plan for the next month. But we've been here for what feels like 50 years. This is a long one. So thank you for sticking with us. And we should see you in 2 weeks if the timing works out.
Mhm.
Okay.